Here we are, execution. Execution is everything. So if we can't execute, all of your knowledge and experience fails to get turned into income. That's why we have a lot of obscenely intelligent and talented business owners who are obscenely underpaid because we don't get paid for being smart. So let's learn how to execute. Right, if we're going to be a good executor or executive, you might say, it might help us to look in black and white at what good execution looks like. The first element is our calendar and having a reserved time for execution. This is what I call our CEO time here, and it sure beats trying to squeeze it into an already full week. So we reserve our time first thing. The second thing we need is a project to execute, and we're going to slide that project over into our execution time. And that project is more than an idea. It has a time component added to it and some instructions added to it so that we can go ahead and execute that well. Where does that project come from? It comes from our project list. So over here is our list of opportunities. And each of those opportunities has a dollar value assigned to it. And that dollar value is a check that we've designed it to either boost production or boost our margin, because these are the two things that we can boost if we want to boost profits. So if we have that dollar figure in there, it's a check that we've designed each project for the right purpose. Now, our CEO time is going to be non-negotiable, and our project completion is going to be non-negotiable also. And these elements together set us up to win the week ahead. And now that we're set up for success, the only thing to do is go ahead and win the week. So now, to win our week and to start the habit of winning every week, is what our workflow might look like. We choose the project, we schedule the project, we commit to the project, and then we protect the project. And protecting might mean identifying some of the threats, phone calls, emails, distractions, disruptions, and guarding against those. We need to know what finished looks like, because one of the threats is that we get partway through a project, we don't know what it looks like to finish it, so we leave it unfinished. Ideally, we're going to be accountable to somebody for completing this, which means we show up each week and we're telling somebody whether we achieve this or not. And when we didn't finish our project, we show up and we have to tell someone that we didn't finish it. And it's amazing how motivating this is to people, because we're social creatures and we don't want to let people down. We also want to try and get some help from the team if we can. So if we let the people around us know that we're not to be disturbed and know the importance, and maybe they can answer the phone or just not disturb us, then we're much better. A lot. So why do we go to so much effort to make this weekly win happen? It's because the tornado of life and business, the chaos of a typical week, is so strong that it will rip you out of that non-negotiable time, and it will prevent the completion of that project unless it's heavily reinforced. This is the principal battle for the business. So together, these things form your brief. If you were employing somebody and had hired someone to complete this project for the week, you would do these things. You would put these things in place. You'd choose their project, you'd schedule it, you'd make it non-negotiable, you'd help them out in any way they can. And so this forms your brief for the project. And all we're doing is briefing ourselves for the week ahead, the same way that we brief someone else. Then at the end of the week, we make a ritual of looking at the scoreboard and marking off a win or a loss. And what we're going to end up with is something that looks like this, a series of ticks and crosses. And we get paid for the weeks where we get a tick, and we don't get paid for the weeks where we get a cross. And our results for this year are going to depend on how many ticks and whether we
together.
built the habit of winning or not. Now, there's one major difference between this and a sporting season where you're going to get your win-loss record throughout the year. And the difference is that if we're losing, we can cheat. We can shrink the size of our projects to make them as small as we want in order to achieve that win. And in fact, that's what we should do, because it's not the size of the wins that matter. It's the momentum that we're building up. And it's the progressive and compounding improvement of our business that matters. So if we're struggling to put wins on the board, we shrink the size of our projects because we'd rather win small than lose big and lose consistently. And when we win small for a series of weeks in a row, we start to build confidence in our own ability to perform, and we start to feel like a winner. We're going to talk more about confidence in the next video, because confidence is one of those things that can completely turn around your business career.